2632 Emmitsburg Road, just outside of Gettysburg in Adams County, Pennsylvania, and sitting on a hill directly in front of the Eisenhower Conference Center, is the Hoffman Mansion. This mansion is one of the ghost tours that is offered by the Gettysburg Paranormal Association. This structure supposedly existed during Civil War times, sits just a short distance away from the line of Pickett's charge, and supposedly was a Union Field hospital. In this cellar right here, 9 Confederate POWs were held and 2 of them died.
Yeah, I think it's all combined in one ticket, right?
Oh my God.
Are you sure you guys have everything that you need?
We're fine.
All right.
Thanks.
This was roughly about a 300-acre dairy farm at the time. They did mass burial graves in the backyard. Out back here is a Confederate holding cell. There was 9 Confederates in there, 7 made it out, the rest of them died in there. All the high-ranking officers that had surgery here was taken upstairs to either recover or die. The ones that did die were taken to the basement. The basement was the coolest place at the time, so it was used as the morgue. The normal soldiers that had surgery here were taken out here to this barn, which we cannot go into. In the 40s, there was a suicide here. I'll tell you it was a female. That's all I'm going to tell you, because a lot of times you'll get the name, why, and everything else. So I don't want to ruin that for nobody. In the 90s, they were trying to turn it into a bed and breakfast. When you go in there, you're going to see wall-to-wall carpet, chandelier, jacuzzi on the second floor, and so on. During the renovation, one of the guys lost his house and his family and everything, so he moved his bed, a dresser, and a nightstand in here. He was here for about 3 hours one night and said, "F this," and left. Excuse my language, sorry. He left. He ended up quitting his job because he would not come back to this house. His foreman ended up coming in, and the foreman was a religious guy. He had a cross around his neck. The cross was ripped off his neck and thrown to the ground. In the 90s, this house was deemed demonic, but however, it's been redeemed not demonic since then.
So how does it switch?
How's it switch?
That's a good
Because
question.
in the 90s, we all were a lot dumber than what we are today about ghosts.
Okay.
So, all right. That's the quick history. You guys can go anywhere you want inside and outside the house except for in the barn. You can go all around the property. I suggest try to go outside too. When you go into the attic, please use common sense. You see the yellow fluffy stuff called insulation? Don't step on it. You'll see why I say that as you walk up the steps. That's pretty much it.
This house is really something to see inside. It's basically a structure that somehow got trapped in time. It's been completely finished as though ready for occupancy, but it does not appear as though anyone has ever lived here. The wall-to-wall carpeting, the wallpaper, and the appliances have all been installed. The appliances still have the installation tags hanging from them as though they have never seen use. Everything in this house is brand new, but was installed in an era that has long passed. This jacuzzi in the master bedroom fully installed and never turned on. Here is a stairway leading to the attic where a female supposedly hanged herself from one of these rafters in the 1940s. The guide will tell you that the victim's name was Sarah Hoffman, a relationship of the owners of the homestead. Here, the stairs leading to the basement, which supposedly served as a morgue for Union soldiers during the Gettysburg campaign. As you walk through this structure, it is quite apparent that nobody has lived in this home for many years. It is very dirty. The newly installed carpeting does not look like it has ever been vacuumed. There are insects, alive and dead, in all of the corners, cobwebs hanging from the corners of the ceilings, and in the fireplaces. Inside of the double-pane windows I saw wasp nests had been built. A total state of disrepair.
All right, there's anything in here. Time to show yourself.
I'm not convinced that you are here. So let's see some activity from you, huh? Set one of those detectors off. Go ahead, give me a reading. Show me you're here. I should have taken more camcorder footage, but I was saving the camcorder for that special burst of EMF energy that might show up. And inside or outside, there was none. The digital still pics are courtesy of my wife. There may be a valid reason as to why we captured no activity here. Public information available from the Realtors Association in town reveals some interesting findings. The Hoffman Mansion at 2632 Emmitsburg Road has 3,360 square feet, 5 beds, and 3 baths, and was built in 1974. That's 1974, as in at the close of the Vietnam War, and not 1854 as before the Gettysburg campaign. Now, it is possible that a previous structure set on this site, and that in 1974 that structure was completely renovated, but it would have been quite a renovation. We really don't know what the original building would have looked like. It obviously isn't these particular windows that any amputated body parts were thrown from.
Right hand side is where they threw all the body parts out the window. Once there was a decent amount of body parts outside, they dug so far down and did shallow graves with all the body parts.
And it wasn't this identical basement, made of cinder block and steel girders, that housed any kind of morgue.
All the high-ranking officers that had surgery here was taken upstairs to either recover or die. The ones that did die were taken to the basement. The basement was the coolest place at the time, so it was used as the morgue.
And it wasn't any of these modern wooden headers that anybody hanged themselves from in the attic in the 1940s.
In the 40s, there was a suicide here. I'll tell you it was a female. That's all I'm going to tell you, because a lot of times you'll get the name, why, and everything else.
A search of census and voter records could not find anyone named Sarah Hoffman ever connected to this particular property. There was a Hoffman homestead during the Battle of Gettysburg, but it is several miles from this particular location. The realtor guides do not reveal who the current owner is, but a search through former realtor guides shows that this property was not listed for sale last year, as we were told, and in fact does not show that it has ever been listed for sale since it was built. Depending on how many people are booked on these ghost tours, the owners could be making anywhere from hundreds to 1,000 or even more a night based upon these tours. Why would you want to sell the golden goose egg? We're not saying that this property doesn't have any paranormal activity. There have certainly been enough investigators go through here that claim that it does. We're just saying that while we were here, we didn't capture anything. Some of the other people on the tour seem to be having a really great time picking up stuff on one of those spirit box things supplied by the guide. That's a unit that I don't get into myself. There was another guy that had a cell sensor unit without a probe on it like ours, and he pointed out that it kept going off, but when I showed him that it went off when he waved it near his cell phone, then it quit going off. Our evidentiary results stand as none encountered and none recorded.